Okay, y'all know I'm getting kicked off, all my guests are getting kicked off, and they're getting kicked off when everything starts jumping off and it's good. So I really do apologize. I'm gonna see if I can try to get everybody back in. Once again, y'all, I apologize. It keeps, for some reason, Facebook, I told you, it's not letting me be great today. Please forgive me. I'm gonna try to work this out as much as I can, and I hope everybody comes back in. Okay. Thank you for coming back. Again, I apologize. I'm trying to get back everybody that was in there. It's not the language for it's been skipping. It's been echoing. Um, so hopefully this time is doing none of that. But I gotta bring in everybody one at a time. So as soon as you see the ad come in, just hit it. There you go.
Okay. Should I wait for more people to come in before I continue?
Yeah, yeah. We had a pretty big crowd last time, and now
Yeah, we don't lost some people. It's. I think it's just the universe. It's just not
let
working for us tonight.
me see.
So Africa, I saw that you had the peritoneal pull through too. Did you like your results? Do you like what your doctor did? We were up to 12. We like to 5 people, Lyric.
I know, I know.
What happened to Acosta? Oh yeah, I know. It is the best. The well, continue to the people. The peritoneal flap, the pull through flap, is amazing because it gives you depth. So I, I'm adequately 9.5 inches deep, a fourth, or 3 and a fourth quarters wide. So there's not too many penises that I can't take. But one thing that they will tell you is that our vaginas supposedly are not like cis women vaginas. They don't stretch, they don't move. That's a lie. Because if you know anything about scar tissue and skin, with the right amount of pressure, it moves. And I know for sometimes that I know how big of the dilator that I can take, and sometimes I've had sexual encounters that were bigger than the dilator, and it wasn't any pain or discomfort or anything like that. So that's another thing. Um, as far as other things is the reason why I did start GAG, which is Gender Affirming Aftercare Group, is because as a post-operative woman by experience, because I don't use trans. And the reason why I don't use trans, and I'll explain that to you all, because once you become post-operative, the things that you endure as far as worrying about your pH balance, having to wear panty liners because you drip, because your bladder is still going to be dripping even though you think you're through peeing, yeast infection, everything that a cis woman has to worry about besides a period, you're going to have to worry about that. So the word that we use for trans men and trans men at GAG is woman by experience and man by experience, because the things that you're experiencing are the things that a man would experience and a woman would experience. So by experience, you are a woman and you are a man. Um, Again, like I said, pH balance is a big thing. I never thought that I would have to worry about my vagina carrying an odor because I thought that was just a fish thing. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's not, because I had to understand that everything that I take in my body is long, and as well as everything that my partners take into their body affects my pH balance. So it's like, okay, so hey, my husband, he may smoke weed, he may eat pork, he may drink beer, and I may just eat vegetables. But of course, that's my husband. We've been married 11 years, and if he ejaculates or he puts himself inside my vagina or my vaginal canal, I take on everything that he has put into his body. So I didn't have to worry about that. And yes, Africa, you're right. You identify as a female. And a lot of people don't understand it, and I think it creates a barrier between post-operative and pre-operative trans women, as if we think we're better when we don't. It's just because we feel like we have, and I feel like, I'll say from my point of view, I put in the work, I put in the effort, and this is what I identify as, because it makes me feel the way that I feel. Not anybody. It doesn't make me feel better than anybody else. This is how I feel. Like, I identify as a woman or a female or one by experience, and when I go in public, it's not that they say, oh, that's a trans woman. They identify as what we represent. And it's not trying to separate myself or fall back, because a lot of people think that when you become post operative, you don't want to be in the community. But that's part of it. When you have become post operative, you want to get in community. You want to help those who are at a standstill and don't know which way to go or how to get there. You want to help those who want to achieve what you chose. Like, when I was younger, it was no girls that would talk about surgery. There was no doctors. You find out on your own. But that's not how I want to be. I want to show the girls how you can do it. If you work at a job, call me, text me, look up my company. We're able to look at your policy and say, hey, this is going to cover what you need for your SRS. If you live in a state where it's not available to you, contact me, reach out to me. I will contact the people that you need to come in contact with to get the things you need done. Trust me, I'm 45. And if I'm 45 years old and I can achieve the goals that I need, can you supply kinks? What is kinks? I'm from the South. Explain it to me. I'm from Houston, Texas. What is kinks? Do anybody know what kinks is? I mean, links. Oh, yes. I can supply some links. What link? You need the links to Gender Affirming Aftercare Group? I'll put it in here. Give me 1 second. That'll take you directly to our page, and our website is on there, and our phone number is on there. Okay. So what I also want y'all to understand is that never think that you're too old or you don't have the money or you don't have the resources or because when I went to do my surgery, of course I had my husband with me, and so it was easier. Like when she said when I woke up, uh, yeah, I'm in Houston. I live in Katy. Yes, and I'm here. I'm in Houston. Yes, but I'll help you anywhere. Anywhere that you are, I'll help you. Lyric Node. He's the first person that I have really been trying to get to work with me, and he's been adamant. We just did a focus group on Saturday with a doctor here who is trying to make undergarments for preoperative trans men and women, binders as well as tuck panties. So we're trying to do a lot for the community. Um, as I went back to say this, we also are working with we're gonna have the buddy system at GAG. So if you don't have anybody to go with you during surgery, we'll be able to send somebody with you to accompany you to have surgery. Not only that, but we're partnering with a lot of people, not people, companies who have residential spaces that they rent out, apartment complexes, and we're trying to work with them where we don't have to encounter the fees for an Airbnb or a hotel because you have to be in a city for weeks at a time and you can't afford to pay $320 a day for that. So those are other things we're working on. Not only just that, we'll be able to send you care packages as far as panty liners because I'll tell you girls, you're gonna have to wear panty liners once you have a surgery. You're gonna have pelvic floor therapy. And when I say you need pelvic floor therapy, it's because you need to learn how to control your vagina. Kegels work, but that's not nothing for a organ that you've never had before. And dilation is important because your body keeps telling you that that hole isn't supposed to be there. Yeah, period panties are wonderful, but also I say panty liners, and the reason why I say panty liners is because you can change those out, and they have the ones when and I say panty liners, not only just panty liners, you need to carry a little bag, a little thing of wipes. I'm gonna show you the wipes that I use. They're hypoallergenic. They're really great. They're cleaning cloths. They're coconuts and they're coconut cream, so they smell really good and they work good. Tissue to me doesn't work good with a vagina, especially when it's cheap tissue. Also, another thing, if you have a very large vaginal canal, you have to learn how to use those fingers to spread, to aim, because your piss will go everywhere. And that's even with cis women. If you realize when you go to the bathroom behind them, you're like, how this woman got a pussy? She done pissed all over the toilet because it squirts everywhere. Just like when you see them in the movies and they squirt. Yeah. So, like Akasha said, orgasms. So, how I found out that my body could orgasm is I had to learn my body. And the best way I learned my body was with this thing right here. Don't judge me. But this thing right here is amazing. It has different speeds, it has different suctions. Oh, yeah. And yeah, more in the pupil stream. Yeah, I know I'm jumping around, but this thing is amazing when you're learning your body because your doctor or surgeon will tell you have to wait 4 weeks to have surgery. 4 weeks? No, 3 months, 12 weeks to have surgery. And you want to be, bonjour, mother. That's my mother, Gaila Venelucci. So you want to understand that you have to prepare yourself because when you have sex for the first time, you're going to be expecting for it to be immaculate. But it's just like you're a virgin. Body weight. It's going to make you so tense because the way that the man is going to mount you is not the same. And you have to, even if it's a dildo and you're with a trans man or your partner, correct? The way that they're mounting you and your vagina is so new and you feel like they're going to hurt something. But in actuality, if you just that's why I say pelvic floor therapy is it's important, because if you're able to relax, it is wonderful. No, Africa, don't be a virgin and be scared. It is the most exhilarating thing ever. If you find someone who is passionate and slow and takes their time, you will love it. But then once they get that part out of the way, baby, somebody can knock your walls out. You're going to be walking around like, bitch, I just got the shit fucked out of me. Excuse my language, but it's amazing. Like, it is so, like, head is the most amazing thing. Having your vagina eaten is the most amazing thing in the world. You automatically know you're turned on because you have this heartbeat, which is your clitoris, that is just thumping. And it's just thumping, and it's just thumping. You're thumping, and you just can't stop it from thumping until it releases what you needed to release. And once it releases, you want it to release again and again and again. And it starts in your toes and works up to your knees and goes to your thighs, and then your whole body is just convulsing. Now, that's what it does to me. And it is the most amazing thing. Now, preoperative, I never experienced anything like that. It was just a nut. You get what I'm saying? But post-operative, it is the most amazing thing in the world. They can keep their periods, their childbirth, give me the orgasm and let me keep it. It is when I say lyric, it is the most amazing thing in Africa. Don't be scared. I'm gonna tell you, all girls, do not be scared once you get your vagina not to use it. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's what it's for. Oh yes, orgasms. But imagine if you had somebody to make you orgasm. It is absolutely amazing. So I'm I'm not a big of a like. Yeah, I like head. I'm just gonna be honest. Anybody have any questions? I mean, because I've been talking, and I want to know what you want to know. Because I'm the girl that I will answer questions. I answer the hard questions.
Well, I'll let y'all get it all out first, and then I start answering questions.
Okay.
How would you say your love life was after having the surgery?
Well, I've been married. I'm married, so I've been with my same partner my husband for 11 years, and everything just changed. I mean, because I'm married to a cis man who's used to being with cis women, so it was like a plus to him because hey, and it's like I'm a virgin. So it's like I get to, there's no bodies, there's no mouths on it. I get to make it feel like I want it to feel. I want it to, and it's amazing. It's absolute. When I say absolute amazing, like literally, it's comfortability because usually when you're married to a man, you have to walk around and be tucked. You no longer have to do that. You just walk around and be free, and and you bend over and you can see it from the back, and it's just amazing. I mean, and you think about how much you feel inadequate because you're like um, yeah, they got pussy. Because I used to hate songs when the rappers be like, pussy this. And I'm like, I don't even have pussy. But now I'm like, bitch, I can hang with all you hoes because I don't got nobodies on this. Like, for real. Like, ghetto, like, kind of ghetto. Like, I don't even care, like, if I get clocked. I'm like, you can clock me, but baby, you hear me? Like, literally, there's nothing you can say because it's just what it is. Okay,
So,
so Tan. So what professionally and what guidance do you need? Tell me how I can assist you professionally. What guidance do you need? Do you need surgeons? Do you need doctors to provide you with letters? Do you not know what surgery is the best aspect for you? What are the surgeries that are available? Tell me how I can help you. Okay. So have you been on hormone therapy for at least a year? Do you have your letters? Have you picked out your surgeon? What state are you in? Okay. So you have. So do you know what surgery do you want? Do you know if you want the peritoneal flap? Do you want the peanut? I hear cis women get multiple organ. I hear post-op girls do too. Is that true? That is absolutely true. You can orgasm multiple times, and it's not dry. It actually is cum that comes out, and I don't know how. Don't ask me how, because I don't know. Because when I use that rose, it be so full of white stuff, and you be like, the fuck? But they say because your body still can feel your nerves and all that. I don't know. Okay, so Tony, do this. Did you get my link to my page where you can contact me? I'm gonna put it in the group again so you all can add me and all the questions that you have. Send them to me directly. I don't mind doing a one-on-one with you. I will do a one-on-one with you. I will sit down with you. I will help you figure out what route you need to go. And if I'm not busy that weekend when you're scheduled for surgery, oh, you did? Oh, so when I get off here, I will do it. I don't want to click off because if I click off, it may kick me off again. Any of you all that have any questions, that have any concerns, if you can't get that, oh, yes. She says, yeah, that thumping. What type of veg? Okay, so I had the peritoneal flap. So what they did is they took the lining of tilapia, and they took the SRS that I've already had, and I had a site Gallup, and I'm gonna tell you about this. We'll go back to the Michaela, but Gallup will help you get your letters. So when they made my vaginal canal, they took the skin of the tilapia and they put it between my rectum and right there at my G spot, and it gives you more depth because, like I told everybody before, I'm 9.5 inches deep and 3 and 4/4 wide. I'll show you the diameter that I can fit in me if you give me a second. This is the biggest dilator that they have, and you're supposed to be able to get it all the way up to here. So when they do your surgery, the way they position your vagina, it's like an incline. But so your dilator will go in like this, and then you will flatten it out and push it up like that. But it doesn't feel that way when you're on the blue one. Girl, come on to the orange one. You got to come on to the orange one. It's just, you have to, and you don't have to. Okay, so the position that they tell you to do the dilation in, you don't have to do that because that's lazy lady sex. Laying on your back with your legs open. You can always turn to the side in fetal position like you're doing it from the side. You can do it in any position that you're comfortable in and you're able to relax in order to get that dilator in there. There's also, if y'all didn't know it, Adam and Eve. Oh, you just had surgery in October. Okay, I understand that. But there's also some dilators from Adam and Eve that you can wear throughout the day that I never knew about. That you can wear that are very comfortable because all you need to do is make sure that you keep that canal open because your body's going to tell you close, 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 close. But also, if you're sexually active and you're having sex at least 3 times a day, you don't have to dilate because that gonna keep it open. Period. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So, Tony and Michaela, have y'all added me on the page so I can send y'all some information and we can talk one-on-one when you need to? Add me, honey. Auntie ready. Add me. I'm here. Lyric, no. I fuss at him every day because he be asking questions on. I'm like, why you ain't sending these girls to me? I be forget. Send them to me. I'm not like the other girls. I don't mind answering questions. I don't mind talking to you. He sent me some girl from Africa. I'm like, look, Miss Lady, I'm sorry I can't help you. My resources are for the girls in America. It's for me to help these girls. And also, if you live in New York or California, your surgery can be paid for free. For free, 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 free. They have Medicaid. They have California, Medi-Cal, California, that you can qualify for based on your income. There are so many things out there to help you. There are doctors online that are allies to the trans community that write letters for free. Did y'all hear me? For free. There's also for the girls who are post-operative and they want to take something that yep, it's not hard to get it done, Tony. I'll show you what to do. I got a girl that lives here that's going to New York to get it done. All you have to do is know what they want you to put on the application. And we've had girls that's put their application in before, so we just follow that. Also, when they ask you, I don't like spironolactone, so you girls that are going to your endocrinologist and they say they want to give you a testosterone blocker, don't tell them you don't want that. Tell them you want Lupron. Lupron is expensive. It's $1,900 a shot, but Avi Assist will pay a year's supply for that for you. And it's a chemical castration. It's a shot, and I tell you, it knocks all the testosterone out, and it makes you so fleshy. Like everything, when you walk, everything, it just feminizes you. So everybody got my information. I'm not gonna keep talking because we got more girls to come. I'm gonna accept y'all requests and we'll talk. We'll chit chat. But Larry, thank you for having me on here. I'm not going out, but I just
Yeah.
thank you.
We got another young lady in here. Would you like to introduce yourself and where you from?
Mute me.
Well, hello, you guys. My name is Simone. Actually from New Orleans, but I reside in Houston now. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you tell everybody about your SRS experience?
Um, I've been postdoc for about 7 years now. Um, I went to Dr. Reed in Miami, Florida for my initial surgery. Um, I had some complications with him because when he went to show me how to dilate, he ended up busting all my stitches. Yes, so I had to travel back home with all my stitches bust. I ended up getting a revision surgery out here with Dr. Daniel Free. So now I have the sigmoid colon vagina. So I'm self-lubricating. I have about 10 and a half to 11 inches of depth. I only have to dilate for me now maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm pretty good on it. And I'm not as sexually active, but the way that it's set up, I don't have to dilate as much anymore.
Okay, so tell me, after surgery, what are some things that people didn't tell you that you had to find out on your own?
Hmm. A lot of people glamorize it because, like, yeah, I got my vagina, blah 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 blah, and I'm the fish now, but they don't talk about the real complications. I know a lot of girls who didn't have complications. It's not as easy. And their recovery process ain't no joke. Their recovery process is hard. And I went through two recovery processes. Um, Now I don't have anything, no complications, anything like that. So that's a blessing. Um, I don't have any regrets about going as far as I did. Um, it got to, well, I'm 50. So I'm 50 years old. I had my SRS 7 years ago. I came out at 16. So I done did my time, you know. I go to work, live my life, and I move freely at this point.
Okay, I think you already answered one. What you say you by yourself. Like, how has love like been after surgery?
Um, um,
Relationships.
it, it's kind of like a give and take because you still have to be open-minded because this was the mindset I had at first, that I didn't want to get involved with a guy who basically is known for dating the girls per se. Um, but at the same time, when you really think about it, even if the person has dated the girls or whatever, you're not going to know who. A lot of people is not going to be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? And my thought process when before I got it, I didn't want to have it because I didn't want to go through that process and then get with a guy and then he cheat on a girl with, you know what I'm saying? So it was like defeating the purpose. But I had to get to a point to where I was comfortable and I was doing it just for me and not for a guy or whatever. As far as my love life in particular, um, I am with someone. We'll be getting married soon. We're just trying to decide if we're gonna live in Houston or in New York. So yeah, life is actually good for me.
And how did your healing process go?
Um, I just started using mine to after 5 years. So so it was good and healed.
So did you have any special type of wipes or liners that you had? Because I know the doctors
Um,
don't tell you when you come out what to
I I
use.
use I still use flushable wipes. I still use flushable wipes. One thing when I had my initial surgery, Dr. Reed was telling me that I can clean myself out with a regular Dove, like the liquid Dove. Just put a little bit in that in a dish bottle, and you can clean yourself out like that. So I still do that same process today.
Okay. Well, for one, I definitely admire your bravery for coming up here and sharing your story. And I also know that you still down under the weather.
Yes,
So, yeah,
yes.
I really really want to thank you for that.
You caught me off guard because I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's been difficult tonight because I don't know, for some reason Facebook is kicking me off and putting me back on, and I'm losing everybody that's trying to enjoy the show and come back in. So I apologize. And I was trying to do a Zoom tonight. Um, I'm gonna try to make it happen, but I don't know. It's getting kind of late, so I might have to try to do that next week. Um,
And my only thing for girls who say they quote unquote want it so badly, just make sure you're doing it for yourself. Because if you're doing it for anyone else, you're not going to be happy with it. And if you're doing it because you think that the guys are going to like you even more, you're wasting your time on that as well. Because if a person doesn't know what's between your legs until you tell them, so if they can't like you or love you for what they see before they know what's between your legs, that's not the person you need to be with anyway.
that's right. That's right. You made this decision yourself, or was anybody?
When I actually made that decision myself, I was actually in a 19-year relationship. The fact of the matter is, he felt as though he didn't want me to have it. His thing was, if he wanted to be with a woman, he would have got with a woman. But my thing is, I'm grown, and this isn't for you. This is for me. So, deuces to you.
Mhm.
So,
Well, definitely thank you for coming on.
of course.
I see we have another young lady. Um, could you introduce yourself and tell everybody where you from?
Yes, thank you. I'm Africa Lynn. I'm from DC. And I just had my vaginoplasty peritoneal pull through method um October 13th or 12, October 13th, yeah, 2023.
Can you tell us about your SRS experience?
Yes, so I love what the last the last guest you had on said, because I mean, I love everything everyone said. It was just, this has just been so refreshing and informational. Even as someone who is post-op, I'm still learning a lot about my body and things like that. So I loved everything everyone has said so far. And you dope as hell for making this platform. And you know how we do. You know, it's been a while, but I'm glad to reconnect. But anyway, so you know, it went from feeling like a miracle to feeling like hell. And then the miracle came back around. Let me explain myself. I had a consultation in August, and I was like, okay, August, the consultation went well. We talked about what my options were. Um, I told him, you tell me what you think regarding my you know, what you think will be best for me, because I wanted his options. He gave me plenty. I wanted his opinion, and the doctor said to me, Dr. Del Corral said to me, you know, I think you would be a great candidate for peritoneal pull through. And so he was like, you know, based on everything, like, I'll probably see you in January. So this was August. I got a call back um in September on like maybe the 8th or 9th saying, well, we had a cancellation. So if you would like, we can give you an October date. So I went from having several months to prepare to having 1 month to prepare. So as far as my experience, that is not suggested. I do not suggest that you do this without giving yourself time to prepare, because what I found to be vital is reading the packet that he gives you with all the information in it. It's not even reading. You need to study it. I needed to highlight that motherfucker. Excuse my language. I needed to go through that thing in detail. But because I couldn't, so when I knew I had 1 month to prepare, I started grinding real heavy at work, putting in extra hours to make the money so that I could be off work. So I didn't have time to invest in my reading and finding out how to be best prepared for it. Also, I was worried about not having any kind of pre-hair removal services done, but because I had peritoneal pull through, it was not necessary, because they give you the inner lining of your vaginal canal is your peritoneal tissue, which is, for those who don't know or might have missed it tonight, it is the abdominal wall, it's the internal abdominal wall lining. So, and that repairs itself and grows back. So they harvest it from there, and that's what they make the lining of your vagina with for the peritoneal. And on the outside of your vagina, they do what is called follicle scraping. So you don't have to worry about having hair in your vaginal canal or right around that area. But anyway, all those things, I needed more time. Honestly, I needed more time to prepare myself. Reading that packet of about 300 pages was so important. And a lot of times I found myself laying in my bed going through complications, reading that packet and realizing that I didn't do a lot of things right. I wasn't prepared. I didn't take certain steps. And it's really hard to explain that in detail unless I pull the packet out and go through it, which I feel like I'm going to end up making a YouTube video just going through, or a YouTube series just going through that packet, because somebody might need it like express. And that might be the best way to do it. But I had complications. Well, let me say this. The surgery went smoothly. Everything was beautiful. I was in the hospital. I had a glow. Let me tell you the glow I had. I don't know if it was something I don't know if they had hormones and anesthesia or what, bitch, but all I know is my skin was flawless. I was glowing. I was happy. They sent me home in 3 days. About a week and a half after that, I had an abscess that was growing, and I had some challenges with that because I was like, I'm doing everything right. You know, I'm doing everything right as far as at that point. I'm reading everything. I know what I need to do. I'm cleaning myself properly, hygiene on 1000. But the abscess was, I think, was from being released so early from the hospital, I didn't get to drain because they sent me home without drains. So I didn't get to drain, I think, as much as my body needed to. And I think that that build up that was left inside of me was what caused the abscess because it was higher up. It wasn't near my vaginal canal. It was higher up in the pubic area. Anyway, long story short, I had that abscess that erupted, and then I ended up having wound dehiscence, which is when somebody mentioned earlier about the stitches release, the actual incision area opened up, which is not uncommon. But the combination of the two things caused a lot of discomfort and a lot of mental anguish. Um, it was hard for me to dilate. It was hard for me to want to take care of myself. And I had a nurse that was coming to the house like a couple of times a week, and she would look at me with her eyebrow raised, like, you need to get this looked at. It freaked her out. It freaked me out. Doctor wasn't concerned, but he did bring me back in and have a second surgery to close up all the wounds and to clean out the abscess area. I ended up being in the hospital after that for 4 or 5 days so I could be under supervision. But when I got out after that, so that was like, so I had the surgery, initial surgery in October. The week before Thanksgiving is when I had the second surgery. And after that, it was smooth sailing. Like, I mean, so one thing that the doctor told me to do that the girls told me to do that was different, and I appreciated the experience from my homegirls, was don't rush the size of the dilator. And the doctor told me to rush. The doctor was like, okay, you need to start doing the biggest size next. You need to start doing the next size bigger. And I was struggling with that. I was having a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort. And the girls were telling me, don't rush that part. As long as you're dilating with something, with at least the first one, you will be able to gradually move up, and it'll be less painful later to gradually move up. I find that to be true. The more frequently you dilate, and sometimes I had to mix it up. Sometimes I couldn't do the 3 times a day they asked me to do, which was very important to do it. But sometimes I just didn't have the discipline or the mental capacity, or sometimes sometimes the medication that I was taking had me sleeping through dilation. So I had to learn other tricks, which was I dilated longer. Sometimes instead of dilating for, he told me 30 minutes 3 times a day, sometimes I was dilating twice a day for 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes I was just watching a whole entire movie with the dilator inside me because that was all I had, you know. And if I'm asleep because I'm on tramadol and I'm on, muscle relaxers, I'm knocked out most of the day, So there's that. Um, Let me see what else I could tell you. Oh, this was very vital. This is very important. So I did not have a conversation with my endocrinologist about my surgery. All I knew, I emailed her. I said, I'm having surgery. Um, she said, she emailed me back. Now, what I should have had was an appointment, and I should have read that whole packet because some of the information was in the packet too. But when I emailed her and I said I'm about to have surgery, she said, "Okay, stop your estrogen until you're no longer on bed rest, so that you don't develop blood clots." So I came off my estrogen until I was no longer on bed rest, and I emailed her and said I'm no longer on bed rest, like I'm up moving around more often. And she said, okay, well, go back on your estrogen. But guess what? She didn't tell me how much to go back on. So I went back on estrogen after being off of it for about a month. I went back on it at the same dosage I was doing before. And guess what? I had an estrogen overdose, which caused a severe mental health challenge. And I almost took my life. So it is very vital that you talk to your endocrinologist and that you slow dose yourself back onto your estrogen. So, because I was taking pills. I don't know what other people are, if they're getting shots or whatever, but I was taking pills, and she had me taking 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. I did not need to do that after being off of estrogen for a month. I needed to do 1 a day and then go up to 2, and then go up to 3 and back to 4. Honestly, now I barely take my estrogen, to be honest with you. I don't think about it. Now that I don't, I mean, I got my breast and my vagina a little less than a year apart. So I mean, I don't produce testosterone no more, so I don't need to take my testosterone blocker. I'm soft. I don't find a reason to take estrogen like that now. If I remember, I'll reach over and take one, but other than that, I don't really take it. And that's just me being transparent. I'm not making any medical suggestions with that. I'm just telling you what I do. Maybe I should take it, but I just don't always think to take it because I'm soft and I got the body that I want and the face that I want. Anything else? I love the things that were said about how to clean yourself. I use baby shampoo, which was what I was told. Let me look at some of these questions. Why was the pain? Why was it pain and not discomfort? I was in pain. I was in pain from being aroused prior to being fully healed. So I was being aroused. I was horny, and that was using my muscles before I should have. And one day I used my vibrator before I should have, and the pain of the body of my muscles tensing up down there was not good. Like that was debilitating. So I had to take it. It wasn't like dilating was painful. Did I get a FUPA? I'm reading. No, I didn't get a FUPA. I already had a little bit of a belly, but she going down because I'll be wearing my little faja. Let's see. Let me see any other questions.
I got you. I got you. So, how has your love life been after surgery? Your relationship.
So this is a very intimate story, and I don't mind sharing it because somebody might be going through what I'm going through. Um, I'm in love with my husband that I've been married to for going on, it'll be 12 years in July. And my husband is a gay man who is not attracted to women. But we are polyamorous and we have a non-sexual relationship. So, because he's so supportive of me living in my truth, I transitioned 4 years ago. So, I'm beginning 4 years ago medically. So, so in that time, we went through. We had the tightness that comes initially with the support of your transition and I'm here for you, to the I'm no longer attracted to you, to the broken heart from that, to the let's separate, to the straw that broke the camel's back, only to realize ain't nobody like you. I need to be with you. We're poly. You can live the life you want to live. I can live the life I want to live, but I don't want to do it without you. So, needless to say, or maybe it is needed to say, I'm not sexually active, even though I was clear to have sex in January. I'm not sexually active. I'm actually I find my virginity to be very beautiful. It's something that I gave away so freely when I was younger that now I have another opportunity. And as a person of trans experience, I must say, I and others like me have an opportunity that the rest of the world does not get, which is a second virginity. So how powerful is that, to get a do-over? So I'm really grateful for that. And I'm just safeguarding my heart. I'm safeguarding my pocketbook. I'm telling myself, I feel like a teenage girl sometimes, and I'm telling myself all the things that I would tell my nieces. I'm telling myself all the things that I wish was told to me, which is you don't have to give your body up. When it's time, you'll know. And I also know this because it was talked about earlier, masturbation. I got a little vibrator to it. That thing is amazing, and my pocketbook works. I'm using the colloquialism of the pocketbook, but it works. She works very well. She comes, she juices up, she does all the things that she's supposed to do, and orgasms. Oh my god. Mm. And once or twice, I've been up all night getting them things back to back. If I can find the right set of videos, and it takes a lot of work to find the right set of videos. You really got to be in tune with who you are and what you like. Don't be watching no shit you don't really care for. Go for what you like. Go for that thing, and then get your life. But so sex life, yeah, it's just been a self-care journey. Um, and I would love to share that with someone special, but I can't rush to someone special. You know what I'm saying? I can't rush that. I need that. Is there another question?
All right, let me see if anybody got something to answer. But oh, and also, would you let the people know what you do? Because I know you're a fantastic cook.
Thank you. I wear many hats. One of the things that I do professionally that I think is one of the most popular things that I do. I'm a chef. I own a pop-up um restaurant called Lo Mein Lady. I'm sorry, I'm reading at the same time. It's called Lo Mein Lady. So you can follow me on Instagram at what is it? Lo Mein Lo Mein Lady _official. Or you can search for me here on Facebook. Just type in Lo Mein Lady, and that's LO space MEIN space LADY. And I haven't been doing a lot of pop-ups recently because just recently I've started to get more into doing catering. So I have a catering gig. Actually, I guess this is a plug. There's an event going on in Baltimore where it's a gender affirming informational session with surgeons, and that's in Baltimore on Saturday. And so I'm actually catering for that. So if you are in the Baltimore region or you want to come to the Baltimore area, I'm going to be over there in Baltimore. And there's a lot of good information. And the surgeon who did my surgery, actually both surgeons that did my surgery will be there. And the reason why I say both surgeons is because when you have peritoneal pull through, it's a 2-surgeon job. You have one surgeon that's in your abdominal with the robot harvesting your peritoneal tissue, and then you have your other surgeon who's creating your vulva, your vagina, and connecting everything on the inside. So it's 2 different surgeons. So anyway, outside of that, I'm also a reverend. I'm an ordained reverend, um, and um, and that's a beautiful, beautiful journey. I'm very at peace with my spiritual walk. Um, God makes trans people, okay, and that's it. And God loves trans people, okay, and people who don't identify as trans. God loves everybody. Period. Um, so I'm an ordained reverend. I've been doing that. Let's see, when did I get ordained? I got ordained in 2009, 2010, something like that. So it's been over a decade. It's actually been quite a while now. And I'm a speaker. Outside of preaching, I'm a speaker. So I'll actually be speaking at the Transgender Day of Visibility here in Prince George's County, Maryland, on March 29th. My homegirl Kanaya Walker is doing this event. I hope I'm not misspeaking. I saw a flyer that is being hosted by Monroe Elise, who we know from P Valley and The Shy. So, everyone's going to be in the place. If y'all are in the area, please come through. So, yeah.
Well, I'm definitely thank you, Ms. Afro, for coming on, letting your story be heard. Um, every girl tonight was amazing. And like I said before, I'll be nothing without you all. You are our heroes.
Oh, Lyric, don't talk like you're not a hero, too. Thank you. Thank you for holding space, creating space, and just, following through with the love that you talk about. is you don't just talk about it, you be about it. And, you know, you're a light in the community. We're not always in communication, but I keep my eye on you. And so I'm very grateful for how you move. You're a very consistent person.
Thank you.
Hmm. And you should call me sometime. Hold on, I don't want your girlfriend trying to fight me. Never mind, never mind. Because I know you keeps a girl on your arm. But
Nah, I
anyway.
won't be. I'm too busy. I move too much, so nobody won't be with me. But but it's it's past 11 o'clock, y'all. I wish I had another girl up here to share a story, but I don't think I have. Bitch, you want to come on and tell the people one more time who you are, and um, next week, if no one's busy, I would like to talk again and recap on what I talked about a little bit last night, and that silicone, the dangers of it. So if anybody's free next week who would like to share their experience on silicone next Wednesday, please drop by and each one teach one. Like I said before, you can save someone's life. So please.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear about that because, you know, I don't have the BBL money. I don't have the BBL shape. But, you know, I do know that there's people out here doing the silicone, and I have to tell myself consciously, girl, no, because long-term effects don't, everything glitter and gold. So I look forward to hearing that
Well,
session.
I think we have the hip implants or something that they do now, or
But is that covered by the insurances? See, those are the things we're gonna talk about
yeah.
because I wanna know all of that
Mm-hmm.
because they call a lot of what we say we need. They call a lot of it cosmetic after that, you know. But yeah,
Yeah.
and I could talk more about how I feel about the medical industry taking advantage of the trans community. I could talk about that as well because I discovered that with my journey of SRS.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we closing this down. So I'm just letting you know, anybody that want to talk about it, please meet me. Oh, I'm sorry, last plug. Meet me over. I put the link in the chat for MTF vaginoplasty. Join my group. It has a trans logo, like a gift box with a gold bow at the top. So look for my group and add yourself, and we're having conversations that trans women and women of trans experience need to talk about.
That's right.
Thank
That's
you.
push it, sisters, push it. I do apologize once again that I can't have the chat Zoom tonight. Maybe we can start some next week for all the ladies out there who would like to learn more about surgeries and what they do, the experiences, and everything like that. So please forgive me. But once again, thank you to all the ladies who showed up tonight and told their stories. And I will see you again next week.